The day the world stopped. Imagine waking up tomorrow morning and the world is silent. No hum from the refrigerator, no traffic in the distance, no notification ping. You reach for your phone and the screen stays black. You flip the light switch by your bed and the room stays dark. You walk to the window expecting the usual morning chaos. Instead, the street is empty. Not the quiet of a Sunday morning, but something else entirely. Every car sits exactly where it was parked last night. Every front door is shut. The 8 billion people who were here yesterday are gone. If the power grid shut down permanently tonight, how long do you think you'd actually survive? Most people picture themselves as the hero of a post-apocalyptic movie, adapting within a few months, figuring it out. The truth is colder than that. For 99.9% of human history, your ancestors survived because they were never, ever alone. This video isn't a sci-fi thought experiment. It's a look at the biological blueprint you're still running on, and why, if you were really the last human on Earth, your own brain would turn against you. Chapter 1. The Great Darkening. Within the first 24 hours, the modern world starts taking itself apart. Your ancestors lived by roughly 30 feet of firelight, and that small circle of glow is what turned us from prey into storytellers. We've since traded the Milky Way for a phone screen. Without the grid, that trade reverses itself. By the second night, real darkness comes back, the kind you can't see your own hands in. Your body has spent maybe 150 years adjusting to the light bulb, but it hasn't forgotten what came before. You'll find yourself wide awake around 2 a.m. Today, we'd call that insomnia. Before electric light, people called it the watch, a quiet, alert window of midnight wakefulness that kept early humans safe through the night. Your sleep will likely split into two phases on its own. The first sleep and second sleep pattern that was normal before artificial light rewired us. Nothing is malfunctioning. Something old is just waking back up. Chapter 2. The Marshmallow Test of Survival. Within a few weeks, you're living inside a permanent version of the marshmallow test. Every decision becomes a trade-off between what's easy now and what keeps you alive later. Eat the canned food today, or start learning to forage while you still have the strength to fail at it. Your brain, though, is built for a world with other people in it. We evolved to survive in groups where knowledge got passed around. Without anyone to tell you which berries will kill you or how to treat a wound gone bad, your margin for error shrinks fast, from years down to days. Then there's the animals. Domestication took thousands of years to build and doesn't take nearly that long to unravel. Your dog might stay loyal for a while, but eventually something older than training starts to surface. A few months in, the real test isn't resisting temptation anymore. It's whether your fight or flight instincts still work, because the animals around you have stopped seeing you as anything special. Chapter 3. The Ghost in the Machine. By the end of the first year, you might end up wandering into a data center. Thousands of servers that once held humanity's collective knowledge are now just cold slabs of silicon. Somewhere along the way, you probably wondered whether you'd upload your mind to live forever. That question feels almost cruel now. There's no digital afterlife without a grid to run it on. The silence does something to you over time. Humans are wired to fear being alone, because for roughly 300,000 years, alone usually meant dead. That's the same reason you sometimes feel watched, even when logic tells you nobody's there. It's an old alarm system, built to catch predators in the shadows before you saw them. In total isolation, your brain starts inventing company. You might catch yourself talking to a wall or an object, or people who used to live in your building. That's not you losing your mind. That's your mind trying to keep a social world running with no materials left to build it from. Chapter 4. The Archive of One. Eventually, the infrastructure of the 21st century gives out completely. Bridges collapse, dams fail. But as all that progress fades, something older comes back. For the first time in your life, you see the sky the way your ancestors did. No light pollution, just the Milky Way laid out like an actual map. You might find yourself by a fire, telling stories to no one, because that instinct, turning a frightening world into a narrative you can survive, is arguably what made us human in the first place. You're now the only person left who remembers what a symphony sounded like, or what falling in love felt like, or the date you were supposed to have a dentist appointment. You're a walking archive. But an archive nobody reads is just paper. Why you need them? If you were truly the last human on Earth, you'd run straight into something we spend a lot of energy pretending isn't true. You were never really built to go it alone. Your sleep patterns, your fears, even the shape of your dreams, all of it was assembled for a group, not an individual. We didn't make it through the Ice Age because we were the strongest. We made it through because we stuck together. Tonight, when you flip a light switch, or get annoyed by a text buzzing in your pocket, or get stuck shoulder to shoulder on a crowded train, it's worth remembering that noise you find so irritating is the thing keeping you human. Your body isn't broken. It's just remembering that none of this was ever meant to be done alone. If you want to see more of what's still running under the surface, watch the video on what ancient humans actually did all day.